In a world where hero shooters now last for a grand total of 2 weeks before being shut down, Marvel Rivals launch has been a huge success. But why? The developer NetEase does not have the best track record for publishing and supporting live service games. The market for hero shooters is saturated with new releases coming and going, and publishers with a lot of goodwill and reputation have failed and disappointed their fans. I'm looking at you, Sony and Blizzard. So, what made Marvel Rivals launch so good? First, the IP plays a big role in Marvel Rivals' success. Everyone knows about Marvel and some of their heroes. Even as a casual fan, you will be inclined to check the game out and play as some of your favorite heroes. You don't need an already successful IP to succeed. Blizzard made Overwatch 1 from scratch, and it was a huge success because they built hype, they built stories for their heroes, cinematics, and made us involved in the game and the lore. But a popular IP definitely helps. Now, the execution of the game fits the overall theme. The menus look nice, the heroes pop out of their frames when you hover over them, maintaining that comic book feel. The intros and the animations are very nicely done and they fit the Marvel and superhero look. You have actual comics in the game, and the in-game events are presented in an art style that is perfectly on point. The game fully embraces the IP and the Marvel universe. So, of course, it captures your attention since it has the Marvel IP, but keeps that attention with the art style and vibes. Moreover, it solves one of the biggest problems that hero shooters have, making you care about the actual heroes in the game. For a game like Call of Duty, for example, operators, as much as Activision wants to push them, are not important and nobody cares about them. Yeah, there are some cool ones from the single player, but the rest are just filler to sell cosmetics. This is an area where Concord massively failed. Even though they had plans on making movies and TV series, they failed miserably at making us care about their heroes. Marvel Rivals has this problem basically solved with the Marvel IP. By default, you care about the heroes, you know them, and you are invested in them. The launch window was also perfect, with not that many games releasing at the end of the year in the holiday season. Concord was shut down just 3 months before the release of Marvel Rivals. Overwatch 2 was failing to gain or recover any traction, and then came Marvel Rivals. You can actually see in the player charts of Overwatch 2 when Rivals was released. Just take a look and try and guess. So okay, the game got your attention at launch, and if I also got your attention with this video so far, please consider subscribing to the channel and dropping a like. You download it because it is free to play, another big aspect that works in favor of the game in a world where there are rumors of $100 base game releases, $70 for PS5 and Xbox Series console games, pre-order bonuses, early access to single-player games, and so on. Free to play is a huge win. You launch the game and start playing it, which leads us to another important aspect, the power fantasy. Each game has a power fantasy, and if the game does not fulfill it, then you are simply disappointed. The game and the universe have to make you feel like you are actually in that power fantasy. Take Doom for example. In Doom you are a demon-killing machine, and the game makes you feel like you are indeed fulfilling that power fantasy. Marvel Rivals delivered in that aspect as well. When you play Venom, you feel like a force that jumps around and wrecks the entire backline of a team, instilling chaos, disrupting, and making people afraid of when you jump in. Spidey swings and zips around the map with loads of energy and speed, just like the actual Spidey. Hulk smashes around and you feel the rage and the power of your hero. You get my point, the power fantasy is fulfilled and thriving in Rivals. And what I loved about the game is that balancing does not chip away from that power fantasy. The characters in the game feel balanced in their unbalancedness. Every ultimate in the game feels extremely powerful, except Black Widows. We just don't go there, so except that one. So not all heroes, but almost all heroes. Storm can wipe out an entire team at a time, but then Luna Snow can keep alive the entire team during her ultimate. See what I mean? Could things be more fair, more balanced? Yes, of course they can be, but the current state of the game is fun, enjoyable, and mostly when you die, you feel like it is your fault and not some cheap game mechanic. The roster is also great, although a bit unbalanced with loads of duelists and very few vanguards and strategists. but there is something for every playstyle. You want to play like you just had 3 energy drinks and 4 espressos, then Spidey is for you. Wanna sit back and relax and flick shot? Well, Hawkeye. Want to stop thinking and smash? Then Hulk is definitely your option. Plenty of options for plenty of playstyles. Hero team-ups also add a fresh take on the hero shooter genre. While there were hero synergies in all games so far, Rivals went a step up and added direct bonuses when two heroes are in the same team. Take Scarlet Witch and Magneto. Scarlet makes Magneto like 20-30% better, turns him into a bully, gives him more range, and makes you fear Magneto. Or Rocket Raccoon, who turns the Punisher into an infinite ammo machine gun. Plenty of combos to keep things fresh and interesting, which will only grow and get better with more heroes added to the game. So now you downloaded the game, you played for a while, and what makes you come back? Or maybe the better question would be, what does the game do not to make you want to quit it? One major factor for me is monetization, and I feel like it is implemented in a fair way. When you open Call of Duty, you get greeted with a prompt to upgrade to the Black Cell version, unlock the Battle Pass, and see what store bundles are now in the game before you even get to play it. In Marvel Rivals, all heroes were completely free from the start, and the addition of Human Torch and the Thing was also free for everyone. There is no grind for an entire week to unlock a new hero, no loot boxes or other predatory mechanics. Yeah, you can buy skins which are cool, but they are definitely not necessary. I've been playing for a while and I didn't feel pressured or annoyed to buy a skin, unlock the premium battle pass, or buy an expansion or whatever other things game companies try to force down your throat these days. The bad part is NetEase is known for abandoning games. Recently, they fired their US team after a very successful launch for Rivals. The game is good, players love it, and it has the potential for a very engaged fanbase and competitive scene. But the shadow looms over the game. Will NetEase continue to support it? The game took the Marvel IP to capture players' attention, then developed the game with the vibe and art style of that IP, implemented player-friendly monetization policies, and created a fun experience. The only question is, will they be able to keep that momentum, or will they treat it as a smash and pass hit?